Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show powered by Primanti Bros. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Neil. Neil, the Pirates lose today 7-6 to the St. Louis Cardinals, where they had a 4-0 lead. It was looking pretty good, pretty healthy. Things happened. They lose. They lost.
I hate this team. I didn't think I could get annoyed by games, but losing to the Cardinals always, especially in a way that we did tonight, gets to me. It really gets to me.
Yeah. Can I just start with this? How the hell does that ball get hit out of the ballpark?
I don't know, man. How does Ronnie Simon's golf swing knock one in the right field to tie the game? Just a weird game full of weird stuff and bad decisions, and yeah,
he threw
I
that.
agree.
He threw that right there, right here, right there. How did that leave the stadium?
Good question.
Or the park,
Deepest part. Dead center.
This wasn't the problem, right? This wasn't the problem by any means, right? We shouldn't have gotten here. But just to point this out, kudos to Alec Burleson, who went off tonight. But Dennis Santana had 2 pitches, 2 outs, the dopest pitcher in this bullpen, right? I mean, Mr. Efficient. Doug loves him because how efficient he is. And he had 2 outs and 2 pitches. Burleson comes up, a ball. All right, no big deal. First pitch, second pitch, he gets the strike. This is down inside, not even in the zone. Burleson reaches deep down for it and drives this out of the park for a walk-off home run. It's kudos to him. Nothing on Santana here at all.
Well, I'm not going to give kudos to a Cardinals player, but that shouldn't have left the yard.
That was just amazing. I don't know how you swing, hit that, and drive it out. But he did, and that's how they lose today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They lost in a lot of ways today. Maybe not a team effort, because I actually think quite a few players played pretty well today. But just not what you want to see.
No, not at all. But that's what happens. I guess. I mean, do we just want to start? We started with that. I mean, because I just amazing home run there. That's of course the walk off. That's how they lose it.
Stop talking so great about the Cardinals.
I'm not talking. Well, here the thing is, I don't want to talk down on Dennis Santana because I think a lot of people look. Oh, he gave up the home run. He blew the save. Dennis Santana pitched. He had 5 pitches, recorded 2 outs, and had that home run, which has nothing to do with him. He looked good tonight. But
fair, but we don't have to do this. If the best fans
didn't look good tonight,
if the best fans in baseball can't show up to watch Alec Burleson do that, then we don't need to give him kudos for that. Because that was a day game. That was like a Sunday day game out there in St. Louis today. Best fans in baseball, I'm not so sure anymore. Thought they would stick through their team thick and thin, but apparently they're just as fair weather as everyone else.
I guess so, huh? Shame.
Anyway, sorry, I know you wanted to get to the main point, but I wanted to throw that in there.
No, that's any type of Cardinal trolling, I'm fine with. I'm fine with. Yeah, it was pathetic, you Cardinals fans. All baseball heaven. Then show up. Welcome to our life 97% of the time.
Yeah, the one losing season, and immediately the entire fan base never sets foot in the city again.
Right.
So suddenly crime's a problem, but it wasn't a problem 3 years ago for whatever reason.
Yeah, well, speaking of a crime, there was a theft today.
There was.
Everyone's again the story. Andrew Heaney's been the talk. He's at 119.2 innings pitched. Of course, when he hit the 119 mark is when he was told he's going to the bullpen. Hasn't been pitching well at all for a few months now. He can only record 2 outs his last time up when he got a guy on third and second, and those guys ended up scoring, or at least one of them did. So, like, that last appearance wasn't good. He waited a whole week. He's 0.1 innings away from hitting $50,000. The Pirates are up 4-0, cruising along. Andrew Heaney, just come in here and just get up some innings to go through this bullpen, because Oviedo didn't go deep in this ball game. He goes 4 innings, which also we'll talk about. I'm okay with. He looked also really good, but he comes in. So just give us some innings, get over to the Santanas of the world, the Matts of the world, whatever, so we can win this ball game. He gives up the lead.
Yeah. I mean, congrats on getting the $50,000, I guess. I mean, Rowdy Tellez has just done irreversible damage to this fan base, man. That's my takeaway from tonight, because everyone's up in arms about this incentive. You know, these are, I think the key word here is incentive, because you have to hit it. Like, you have to earn it.
Oh, my bad. It was 4-1. Sorry. It was 4-1, not 4-0.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. But, like, you have to hit an incentive because you are playing well enough to earn that. And Andrew Heaney has not done that. He has been probably the worst pitcher in baseball since the start of June. And I'll be honest, I don't even, like, you know, I'm not even sure if I necessarily blame Kelly there. I think the game plan was clearly Oviedo into Heaney, and you just kind of have to trust that your veteran isn't going to go up and give 5 runs up in an inning, you know? Maybe you can tell him, pull him out early, but, like, it was clearly the game plan was to have him bridge the gap, and he couldn't even do the bare minimum. So don't let him in the clubhouse tomorrow. Just DFA him, release him, let some contender take him, because I don't want to see him pitch again.
You know, a lot of people are going to blame Kelly on this also. I guess you could argue that, but he's on the roster. He hasn't pitched in a week. Like, if he's on your team, you're going to use him. This is kind of the situation you're going to use him for. You know, it's the 5th, 6th type of innings, right? That to bridge the gap to your relievers. Because, like, if it's not Andrew Heaney, you're gonna you have 5 innings to use your bullpen for. So, like, if you're not using an Andrew Heaney who's at your disposal, which Carl Majinski pitched 35 on Saturday, then who are you using? And after you kill your entire bullpen today, who are you using tomorrow? So, again, like, he's on the roster. This is the role Andrew Heaney has. He has to do his job. Or you have to find people to put on this roster to give Kelly to use that can do that role. And again, like, he's here. So the people that want him to get incentive, which, like, I'm also okay with, like, he has to be better. And I anticipate he'd be able to hold a 4-1 lead. He didn't, but he got his bonus. That's done. The first wave. Can we stop this now? Like, is he really worth rostering for the bonus?
Yeah.
Like I said, this is.
Let me put it this
to
way.
Rowdy Tellez to compare the two, because Rowdy Tellez last year was performing, and Andrew Heaney at this point is not. You know, like, Rowdy Tellez from June 1 had a 120 something weighted runs created plus to finish the year. Like, he was in his moment of performing, and they took that bonus away. Andrew Heaney's not doing anything to earn it. He's costing games right now.
Yeah. No, and, like, I don't know. Like, I do understand that, like, I think I'd be more upset with the move if, like, Ashcraft wasn't moved to the bullpen. I didn't move to rotation, because Ashcraft used to be that guy where you come in for those 2 innings. You even had Majinski, but again, Majinski went, so you don't have him. Like, you're replacing Ashcraft with Heaney, and so yeah, he's a seasoned veteran. He's been in the league for over a decade. Get some outs. This isn't even a good Cardinals team. Like, you know, like, just do your job. But I actually tend to agree. This is just what the manager has been dealt with. He had to use him. You expect your veteran to be able to go a little further. And so, I don't know. Like, yeah, sure, maybe you take him out after 2-3 batters. Clearly, he doesn't have it. But if there's a time to use him, it's when you have a 3-run lead in the 5th inning. Like that's the time you go to your
right.
like because the idea is like even if the idea is like you give up a run or two, you're still okay. And if he only gives up a run or two, the Pirates probably cruise to win this game pretty easily. But so I mean, yeah, you can blame the manager. I blame the player, to be honest.
Well, yeah, he has to be better. He should be better. I mean, I love the signing. I did, and he was showing out early on in the year. He's never been this bad, which is something we tend to say a lot when players that sign here. Usually, though, not like veteran pitching. You know, they tend to find pitching that come in and has one of their better seasons or turns them around, or at least, you know, playable and such. But it has not been the case for Andrew Heaney recently. And like you mentioned, he gets 2 outs today, 5 hits, 5 earned runs. Of course, Colin Horwitz comes in to save the day. Colin Horwitz comes in to clean it up, Andrew Heaney's mess, which means another run scores to tag on to Heaney's run total there. But yeah, I mean, at that point in time, like the game wasn't out of hand, but a complete change in momentum. You know, again, you're up 4-1, and you end that inning now down 6-4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you guys were cruising. The offense was looking good. The pitching was holding up very well. Just hold down the fort. Just finish this out. And now you got to come out from under and score 2 more runs, which also they did, but they had to.
Yeah. No, like no complaints from the offense tonight, which is weird. Like maybe I'm a little mad at Reynolds for this like striking out with a lot of runners in scoring position, but even then he hit a home run. You know, like the offense showed up today. They did their job. They even clawed back again to tie it up. And Ronnie Simon, I have no idea how that ball landed, how he made contact, let alone how that landed for a double. Like, you know, it's really just on one guy. Like the pitch, everyone else in the pitching staff did their part. I mean, Holderman, I can't believe his name was good. Johan Ramirez was filthy tonight. Like, holy, I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, and then if we want to talk about it, he was on the mound when Wilson Contreras decided to go bananas, right?
Yeah.
Johan Ramirez was throwing balls that were clearly in the strike zone. Like the full ball was in the strike zone on the pitch, and you had not even Contreras, but before that, you had Cardinals hitters looking exasperated that the ump was calling them strikes. So I don't know what he was doing, but that was fun.
Oh, well, but it was fun. It was quite entertaining. And now he's gone, and he's going to be suspended and fined, and who knows for how long. So again, you talk about things like you like things bad happening to the Cardinals. There's one. I enjoyed that one as well, especially for Wilson.
Did you see him hit the Cardinals coach in the face with the bat?
Yeah.
You know, he tries to kill the umpire, then he hits his assistant in the face with the bat, and then he throws and then he throws the bubble gum on the field. It was great. I hope the Cardinals suspend him for longer than MLB suspends him, because that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, back to like Johan Ramirez also, it was about a week ago where I jokingly said, was this his best game of his entire career? He went 3 innings, and I think he didn't give up any hits at all either of those. He looked really good. And today he gave up a hit, but 5 strikeouts. Like he looked filthy. Not here to anoint anything. It's just like, hey, he did his job, and he did it fantastic. And he also did it not too long ago as well. So it's nice to see from him. It would be nice to see that from like a Colin Horderman and Andrew Heaney as well, but not so much. Again, it was like the Johans did their jobs today, spelled a little differently, but everyone in between them just blew it up. And then that's really what it came down to. You talk about Bryan Reynolds, and yeah, it was kind of disappointing. So there was a time, of course, the Pirates were down 6-4, as mentioned, right? They got to climb up. What happens? Sawinski walks, and then I'm doing this all by memory. Sawinski, who was after Sawinski? Oh yeah, Joey Bart hit that bloop to right center field, basically, right? 2 guys are on, and then Liover Peguero comes up to bat, and he lays down a bunt. It's kind of shocking to see it. He lays down a bunt, pretty decent bunt, but probably couldn't play at third, except the pitcher pirated. He threw it nowhere near third base. So now there's 3 guys on, Neil. No outs. What's going to
Could have
happen?
been worse too. Could have been worse too. Like because if Wynn's not backing up that third baseman there, that's like a run scored, and yeah, who knows what happens at an end. So Wynn probably some way saves the game for the Cardinals there, annoyingly so. But no, I was a little disappointed that we had bases loaded, basically no one out, and we couldn't get more than one run across the plate.
Couldn't. At least they did get the one. I mean, again, we've seen this song and dance before where they've gotten 0 runs. So like at least they chipped away at the lead. They cut it in half. It's one more run. But yeah, like that's a moment too. Again, Peguera's your 9-hitter. The lineup rolls over. So then, Simon comes up. It's an out. Gonzalez comes up. Or no, Simon. God, I got to go to this. Who did drive the run?
Wasn't it Gonzalez? I thought it was Gonzalez.
It was Gonzalez, wasn't it? Yeah, he hit the sack fly.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
He made it 5-6. Yeah, so Simon did get out. Gonzalez is the one who got the sack fly. And then, yeah, like you mentioned, going down to Bryan Reynolds, he had the double already. He had the home run already. Reynolds has absolutely been hot since the All-Star break. I jokingly say August Reynolds or August B-Ray because like he looks like vintage Bryan Reynolds. I wish it had been there all year, but hey, at least it's here now, right? He is up the bat, and again, like had a double, had the home run today. He does strike out. That was again disappointing, but the Pirates did cut the lead in half. It's now a 6-5 ball game, and again, it's something in the sense of like this isn't unattainable. It's one run. The Pirates offense has actually, another stat to throw out there, has actually been pretty decent since the All-Star break, and 97 weighted runs created plus coming into today's game. And in the month of August, it was a 103 weighted runs or 102 weighted runs created plus in the month of August so far. Like the offense has actually been producing.
Yeah. Keep hitting home runs. Good things happen. Reynolds goes yard. Horwitz goes yard. They go back to back. Like that was really awesome. It bails you out because they score 6 runs in a day. They go 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah,
that's big. Like, but you could say like again, like I'm not going to get mad about it because like you could say yes, they should have blown the game open. They had way more chances, but at the same time, it's 6 runs. You hit 2 home runs. That should win you the game every single time, and it has been better. It couldn't really stay as bad as it was, but at least they're making games entertaining. Like today was an entertaining game to watch. And it's not just watching us roll over and die losing 3-1, which is a nice change of pace. But no, like there's still no situational hitting with this team. Like if we're singles, we hit so many singles until there's a runner on second, and then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, basically. But also, you thought the game was entertaining stuff. I mean, the team, it's frustrating. Like there's still frustrating moments, but like even today, like. It was lost by a person who's not going to be here after the season. If there's some positive in this, right? The guys that you want to see performing, and I know this is kind of we're pressing replay on like the 2022 season and such, but it's like the guys that you want to see performing are starting to perform, doing well. Today's game was lost by Andrew Heaney. He's not going to be here next year. He's not part of the future. Like if there's some takeaway here, it's the guys that you're relying on to perform today all performed. Again, like the offense, more or less. I mean, Simon, he's depth. I'm intrigued by him. He's some depth, whatever. But he goes 2 for 5 today. Reynolds, we mentioned, went 2 for 5, the home run and the double. They had the back-to-back home runs, right? So again, B-Ray hit the home run. Spencer Horwitz comes up. He hit a home run. Spencer Horwitz has been looking a lot better of late, right? And the power's starting to come out a little bit. Also, not here to say he's going to be a 20-plus home run guy, but at least you're seeing maybe he's not going to be like an under 10 home run guy. So, him coming up here to plate gets a big home run, and then Triolo to 2 hits again today, with one being a double. So, like, again, like the guys that you want to see perform, they are the ones you're performing. And then go to the starter to talk about him, Johan Oviedo. He performed today. And, I know he had the first game he came up to pitching. It was bad. But outside of that, like it's been strong performances. And today, an absolute another one.
The biggest thing I take away from Oviedo is that I think that year, like when he was first in the rotation, it felt like, especially late in the year when he was getting tired, basically every start kind of just relied on if his slider was working, and he would labor through 5 innings. He would somehow get out of it with only giving up 3 runs.
Yeah.
But it really was only one pitch. What's really intriguing even, is the fastball just looks so much better. And I don't have the data from 2023, but the last 2 or 3 times he's been out there, I've been really impressed with the strikeouts. It seems like he's striking out more guys. He has a better pitch mix now. This is a guy that I'm really excited to see in 2026. And I feel like with what he did in 23, his attitude, how he works through stuff, even when he's struggling, I want to see him in the rotation next year. And I think even if that means bumping a guy like Burrows to the bullpen, I think it's something you have to do if he's going to keep doing this.
Yeah, and that's a good thing because Burrows is absolutely fighting for a spot, and he's looked well capable of being considered for 2026. And the thing is too, we know you're going to need arms. There's going to be an opportunity where someone's getting injured or whatnot, and the guys are going to need to come in. But again, that's a good thing. There's really a true battle of talent that's going to happen next year. Again, we're talking about this season, coming into it with pitching. It's not just depth that guys exists. It's depth of guys that actually look like they can perform. And some have been untested, right? Bubba's up now. We saw what he did in 4 innings. But again, this is 4 innings, but he was the number 2 prospect in baseball. You anticipate he's going to do something to help perform and make a case that actually be in the, in the rotation. But yes, Mike Burrows has pitched well this year. Braxton Ashcraft, you've seen in multiple roles, but he's looked good so far this year. Johan Oviedo, also a big part of that. He was a guy that you depended on coming into the future, after the 2023 season. Obviously, he got injured. He wasn't part of last year at all, but you're hoping that, into the future, there could be something. And like Doug likes to say, these guys that get injured seem to get passed up by the eye candy. Oviedo is one of those, Mike Burrows is one of those as well. You don't really think about them too much, but Oviedo's proven himself why you were intrigued back then. Like you mentioned, that was his MO. That guy labored through, but somehow ended up getting through 5 or 6 innings, and it was still within reach, that win, It was always seemed like there was an inning that just didn't go well, but outside of that inning, he fought through and gave the team a chance to win. And what you're seeing this year as well, so far, is like you mentioned, the pitch mix and the stuff just looks really, really good. Today also
looks better. He looks like a better pitcher than he did in 23, full, straight up. And that's really cool since he hasn't pitched in 2 years. Anyway, sorry I'm interrupting.
No, of course. But no, I was going to add here as well. 7 whiffs, 29% whiff rate. 2 on the fastball, as you mentioned, looked really good today as well. Graded out, positive and stuff plus. The slider, 2 whiffs, and also the curveball, 3. 4 swings at it, 3 whiffs. The stuff looks good. And
it does.
It's funny because I go back to the graphic that we made back then with the Mackey interview with him and such, and he says, I want to come out and pitch like a douchebag. That was something with him. He just wants to come out there and be that guy on the mound. And it's he's kind of showing it. He's attacking guys. He wants to get them out. He looks good.
Oviedo is a guy you go to war with. Even if the stuff it was back it wasn't 23. He is a guy you want on the team. He's a guy you go to war with. He's a guy who is passionate. And he's awesome. It's fun watching him pitch because he kind of wears his emotions on the sleeve. And so, I want him in the rotation. And it's stuff like that where you understand why they're limiting his pitches, but it sucks. 0 issues taking him out after 4. He got to preserve the arm. He's just come off a brutal stint. Preserve the arm. And just keep letting him do these 4 or 5 innings, get to 50, get to 60, get to 70 pitches, build up for next year. That's all you can ask for.
Yep. I'm absolutely okay with it. And again, there's been some comment can we get pitchers into the 5th inning and such? And in a normal year, sure. But this ain't a normal year, and I'm okay with it because the guys that you're pitching right now, you're trying to fit probably 6 guys into a rotation, or get 6 or actually really 7 guys bulk innings. And how do you do that? Well, you do things like you did today. And the reason you're also doing that is like Ashcraft is a good example of that, right? He has the injury history. He's at max innings this year. Oviedo, you mentioned he had the Tommy John, but also let's remember, like, it's not just the Tommy John. He was supposed to be in this rotation probably early on in the year. He also had an injury on top of that afterwards with his shoulder that you weren't sure if he's going to pitch at all this year or not. So like there's multiple things with Oviedo that you're worrying about. It's not just the elbow, but the shoulder and everything. So like, yeah, I would much rather him pitch 4 innings today, so that way he can pitch 6 innings in 2026, hopefully every 5 days. So like, I'm cool with that today. Who cares in the big picture that Andrew Heaney lost today's game? If it means Oviedo finishes this year healthy, unlike 2023, and he's ready to go full season in 2026. That's what I'm getting at. Like, yes, wins and losses matter.
Yeah,
like, I don't want to say like wins don't matter at all, but again, like we're talking about Andrew Heaney's the one that lost the game today. And big picture wise, it wasn't anyone that matters. And the people that matter, they performed and they went 4 innings because you're trying to manage the injuries, trying to manage him. They mismanaged him in 2023 with a 2-man rotation, and he had Tommy John. So again, pick your poison. Do you want 4 innings today and a loss in 2025? That doesn't mean ish. Or do you want Johan Oviedo pitching in 2026? You don't have 2024 all over again.
I have a lot of complaints with how this team like manages its players, manages the roster, manages things, but I don't think anyone can really complain about how they've handled Oviedo or Ashcraft or Chandler or anything like that, limiting the stuff, just because like I feel like there's a decent circumstance for a lot of this. Like you mentioned, Ashcraft way over his career innings. Burrows is probably getting there too. Chandler is way over his career innings, and Oviedo just came off and just again he hasn't pitched in 2 years, so it sucks because again you want to see it, when you see that flash of like really good pitching, you want him pitching more, like you want him going out for more games, but I don't know. Considering the first start, like he just could not find the strike zone and he could not get an out and lasted 1 inning. This is a really positive. This is a really, really positive improvement that we've seen.
Think about how terrible that first start was. I mean, it was awful. Again, he couldn't get out the first inning. It was awful. And right now his ERA is at a 3.60. Again, that just shows how good he's been pitching since. And I know it's still all small sample to begin with, but this is what you want to see from him. And there's a lot of excitement. And again, we're talking about a full arsenal of arms that can be in this rotation next year. And yeah, like Burrows is part of that also. I mean, he's coming off of a major injury. Like he made his one pseudo start or I guess appearance, right? I guess Skeen started that last game, but Burrows came in against the Yankees and he showed some stuff, right? That hey, this is the forgotten guy. Maybe there's something for him this upcoming year. So yeah, like you're also kind of managing him. You're trying to get him through this year. You're trying to use him to be ready for 2026. That's what's ultimately important right now. So again, I understand we want to see guys go deep, and I don't think this is the MO of the Pittsburgh Pirates in the sense of, hey, we're competing. This is the style of baseball we're going to play. Right now, since it doesn't matter, the style of baseball we're going to play is make sure these guys are healthy for 2026, make sure they're getting good major league experience right now for development. But like, I need to make sure they're here in 2026. We need to be able to, if we're going to entertain trading Mitch Keller, we can do it because we have all these guys that are so healthy. So again, I'm fine with this 4-inning start this time around for Johan Oviedo.
It's a pitching staff is it's kind of like the siren call of like, look at this healthy rotation though, because it's never actually going to be healthy. Like you get called in and suddenly 3 of your guys are out in May. Like it's just the way baseball goes. But I agree with the overall.
The Dodgers have like a 13-man rotation every single year, and it comes October and like we got 3 arms.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Right.
No, but the Rays too. They run through arms like crazy.
Right. Now you can argue maybe reasons why, but still, again, just kind of goes to show. All right. We've talked a lot about stuff. Anything else that you want to highlight or talk about in today's game? Besides Jared Trillo, of course.
No, I was. Thank you, Wilson Contreras. I hope you enjoy the rest of the season from the bench.
That works for me. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. It was a pretty decent ball game outside of Andrew Heaney, and then also Colin Horman, but more Andrew Heaney. So that's it. Pirates don't get their 5th game in a row, but they still have 3 more games against the Cardinals. Mitch Keller does pitch tomorrow. They can still take the series potentially, or at least split it. So there is that.
Yeah, I guess. Time marches on. Time marches on.
That's right. So we appreciate you all for watching. Anything else? Any last words you want to say, Neil?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, like Matt here says, like the video, subscribe, join if you haven't. Check out our newest video / podcast we released earlier today as well. We talked to a prospect. We talked to Sammy Stafiora. So get to meet him a little bit. Check that out if you haven't seen it already or listened to it. We'll be back again tomorrow, as mentioned, for another post-game show. We're all here all week. They play every single game this week, and I feel like every game next week too. It's kind of crazy. I think they're off Monday, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's Labor Day. So, but yeah. So we love you guys. We appreciate y'all. Somehow you're still joining and sticking around. So thanks a lot. But we're out. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.